Yo, my name's Sam and I heard you wanted to animate, so let's get into it. I've been animating for about 11 months. I know a little bit about what I'm doing, so yeah. Okay, first things first. You can always begin by using either the software that you're given by, Roblox, or the one that I've been using for my entire time is Moon Animator. It's really simple to find. If you go into plugins and search Moon Animator, you'll find it. Pretty simple. Anyway, once you've got that installed, first things first, you're gonna go into your character inserter. This is where you'll get all your rigs, and rigs are basically the things that you animate. Depending on whether you're gonna do R6 or R15, I'd recommend R6. You're gonna click on it, and then the model gets spawned in, as you can see. We'll name him Bob. For each rig, it has to have a different name or else it won't function. Going over to models, you're gonna want to insert a sword. A sword's a very good way to learn how to animate right off the bat. I'm gonna click no right there. And this sword you're gonna see has a lot of excess stuff, but all we want is the handle. After you've gotten that handle out of there, you're just gonna delete everything, touch and trust, the usual. They're gonna unlock it. Now you should notice that you're able to play around with it. Yeah. After you do that, you're gonna want to set all these orientations to 0. And using R and T, you just want to rotate it so you can fit it into his hand. I personally prefer to do a half grip. You could also do it full grip like that. Okay, once you've done this, you can either use Roblox Studio or Building Tools, another plugin. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to take this and make a handle out of it. The more accurate your handle is, the more accurate your animation will be able to get. That's always a good thing, right? I'll make it 0.5 for now so I can really see it. I'll make mine pretty accurate, but keep it pretty short for the sake of the video. Okay, once you've got that handle in, you drag that into there, and you're gonna rename this the handle. Once you've got that handle, you're gonna name this sword, collapse that, group them together, and then drag them out of that classic sword. They're metamorphosizing. Okay, once you've renamed it the sword, you're gonna get rid of whatever building tools you're using and go into the sword group. There's another tool that Moon provides called Easy Weld, and if you click on parts right here, it actually provides what you'll be needing for this. Right here, you can either check or uncheck animatable, but for this right now, you're going to want to uncheck it. So you've unchecked this, select handle first, always handle, and then everything else that you want to weld. As you can see, it should show the base parts handle, and it's either going to show varied or sword, depending on what you've done so far. Always click join in place, because it's always what you want. Okay, once you've got that weld, drag it into Bob. Bob's grateful. You're going to want to make sure that this is unanchored as well, because animations have to be unanchored. Okay, once this is done, you're going to want to go into Bob. Make a motor 60 weld to him. Motor 60s are basically what makes animations able to like spin the tool. And you're going to want to set part 0 as the right arm, part 1 as the handle. If you do everything right, the sword should go into like a weird position. If you haven't done it right, just make sure to double check all your welds are done correctly, Yep. Okay, now you're gonna open Moon Animator. Click New Animation and name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it Sword. Once you've done this, you'll come to this blank screen. This thing at the top is called a timeline. You drag it, you can scroll in and out using your mouse, and this is basically how you orientate everything. You're going to want to click on that plus I just clicked on, and it'll show add item. You'll want to select your rig, make sure your rig is checked, and click OK. As you can see, if you've gotten it this far, you should see right here, this is like all your parts. You should see handle as well. Handles will let you move the sword, and we're going to be on frame 0 for posing. You can do whatever you want for this phase. I like to just open it to that. Okay, second part, okay? You're gonna wanna save it, make sure you always do that. And go 15 frames forward, as many frames as you want, because you're an animator, you're learning. And let's make a basic strike for Bob. If you click right here, you can see toggle ghost rig, and this will leave a red outline about or around where your character used to be. There's the 12 principles of animation, which I'll be linking in the description for people, because the 12 principles of animation are also very important. Okay, we're gonna want to rotate Bob as much as you want. I want to give it a really forceful look, so I'll go 77.5. Also, you have to consider that Bob wants to be looking at what he's striking, so you don't want him to just move, or his head to move all the way. Let's bring his hand outward like this. You can tell he's getting a really good strike ready. Yep, Bob is definitely ready for a strike. So this is what we should have so far. It doesn't look very smooth, does it? You want it to be a very good looking animation. So, once you've done this, you're going to want to go to 5 right here. Now we're going to make this pretty quick, because quicker animations are personally what I fancy. But you see, what I did there is that I pressed plus on the my keyboard. It's the plus to the very far right. If your keyboard's not big enough to do that, I think Shift P, Control P, I don't know. You should be able to find somewhere where you can make a frame. Yeah, something right here. Here. See? G, okay, it's you press G. Nah, okay. I'm not gonna edit this because I'm too lazy to do that. But yes. Oh, here it is. Right here, item, track. Okay, here it is. Add to track. You can always do equal as well. But just click add to track, and you'll see it adds frames right here. It shouldn't affect your animation yet, but what you're gonna want to do is select it and drag it over a bit. I'd recommend using intervals of 5 while you're a beginner, because it helps you get the hang of it. As you can see, it's starting to look a little smoother, right? Now you're gonna want to move over to right clicks or like this, select all of that, and go over to track, add to track. Drag that over a bit, specifically at 5. As you can see, Bob's getting a little bit of an animation. Now from here, you're gonna want to go another 15 over. Normally, you do not want to have the strike and the wind up be the same speed, but for the sake of the video, I guess we'll be doing it. Now that you've moved over, you're gonna want to give that really good strike. You know, just really get him into it. I'll give it like a really long, as you can see, coming along pretty well, isn't it? Now we're gonna repeat what we did in the last one. Select all the frames, move over 5, add to track, drag it over 5. Now we're gonna move over 2, select all that, add to track, drag that over. And now if we look at Bob, Bob has a very sweet looking swinging animation. You can do this with literally anything. You can do a gun, you could do just his fist. You don't even have to rig anything to him. But in the end, Bob gets a cool looking animation and you get what you want. Alright, that concludes my tutorial. If you want to learn how to export, just ask in the comments section, right? Anyway, I'll be linking 12 principles of animation for helping, or to help you improve, comment section. Thank you for watching.